Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching CNXG. Today is the Q&A videos. I'm answering all your guys' questions from the last Q&A video, which was last Monday. So today, if you want to ask me a question, go down below in the comments section, ask me anything you want. I will answer your question in the next Q&A video, which is next Monday. Welcome all new subscribers. Channel's growing fast, so welcome everybody. Please try to participate and ask questions, okay? I want to thank you to Athena. I'm going to try and say your name right. Athanasios. Athanasios? How was it? It sounds Greek. I want to say thank you very much for your donation to the channel. That helps extremely. Not only does it help me, be able to afford things that I need, but it's a real, nice gesture of encouragement to keep me going. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. The only thing I ask you guys, please, if you want to leave me questions, only thing I want from you is your location. Can you just tell us where you're from so that people that are watching can kind of realize that narcissism reaches all over the world and that they're not alone, that we're all together in on this, okay? We're all victims together. So please leave your locations, guys. I appreciate it. I have a ton of questions, so I'm going to try and get through these, okay? Sorry if I go kind of fast. And anybody's questions I miss ever. If I don't answer your questions, I didn't mean to. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just didn't see it. I didn't get it in time or something, okay? Just please ask me again, okay? I'll answer anything. If I don't answer here in this, I'll answer you right in the comment section, okay? And if I don't answer something completely or if I have it wrong, ask me again. First question is from Lisa in Philadelphia. Hello, Lisa. As soon as I realized I was secondary supply with a narcissist I was dating for a few months, I minimized contact because I was never mistreated or devalued. But I did see him devalue others, so I got out of Dodge. Should I still go no contact? He gives me silent treatment, but I don't care. Well, Lisa, and I think I replied to you as I don't see a reason why you should be in contact with him. He didn't treat you very well. I don't know what he is, but look at how he treated you. If he's, if you liked him and he made you feel like, or gave you the impression that you guys were exclusive, but yet he had other people he was seeing and cared for or whatever it was, and then you saw how he treated other people. So why would I tell you to do anything but no contact? Because I don't see you didn't give me anything here or any reason why you should contact him. So I don't think you need to ask me that. Don't you deserve better? Don't you deserve somebody who only wants to be with you, that is exclusive with you? Yeah, so don't talk to him. He's a player, all right? William from California. Hello, William. Can you explain why the end of a relationship is so much more painful than a normal breakup? And then you went down below and you said, so you want to know why a relationship with a narcissist or an emotionally abusive person, why it's so much more painful than a normal breakup. And the real question here is, why did you enter the relationship? And when you start finding answers to why you entered the relationship in the first place, you'll start realizing why it was so painful when it was over. I've talked about this a lot. All your guys' answers, I should be in my CPTSD videos in a playlist called Healing CPTSD. And I explain thoroughly what's going on in your head and what happened. So, a couple things here, and without getting too far deep into this, most of us that get relationships with emotionally abusive people, it's because we were neglected as children. And I mean that our parents didn't meet our emotional needs. And when that happens, they actually teach us not to meet our emotional needs. And we go through life doing things wrong, and we don't know that because we have nothing to compare it to. It's normal. But what happens is, as you're doing things wrong, you stay in these bad relationships. You get into them with unhealthy people. You stay in them with unhealthy people. And it gets way too far. It's all, the end of the road is way too far. It should never have gotten that far. So by the time you get there, it is bad. Things are bad, okay? And the chemical processes that are going in your head, try to realize that you guys gave too much of yourself away to somebody and you got too involved in their lives and how they feel and not your own. So we get totally invested into another person, and our brains tell us things like we're not going to make it without them, and we're going to die without them, and what are we going to do if it's over, and all these things. But there's a chemical process that happens as well, and a ton of our hormones just drop, our good hormones, and a ton of our stress chemicals go up, and it is the most awful experience in our life typically. And this goes along with stuff that we know as midlife crisis. Typically these kind of relationships end in our late 30s, 40s, even 50s, and it's just because we realize that's when we hit a brick wall because we've done things incorrectly for too long. So it's telling us time to totally change everything. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. If not, just ask me again. Okay, Sarah from Egypt. Hello, Sarah. I recently relocated after my divorce. Unfortunately, I don't have friends near me. It's hard to make new ones or trust anyone, but I don't want to isolate. Well, that's good. You don't want to isolate. It's that's usually what most of us want to do right away, is isolate from a experience like this. So I'm glad you don't want to, and you shouldn't. You got to push yourself, Sarah. I talk about in my videos ways to meet people. Best thing for you to do, Sarah, is to find out things that interest you. Find interest. You have interest. There's interests you had before this relationship, and there's things that you missed out while you're in this relationship, and there's things you have forgotten that you used to like and were interested in, things you wanted to do that you never did because of this relationship. So try to find some of your old interests, try to find some new interests, cruise the internet. That's what it's for, okay? There's places you want to see, there's people you want to meet, there's books you want to read, and all kinds of different things in this world that will interest you. You just find out what they are, and it'll make your life more interesting. And as you pursue these things, these activities, you'll meet people with the similar interests, okay? The way society is set up today, it's becoming harder and harder and harder to have interpersonal relationships close by, and now we're having relationships with people on the other side of the world, and it's not really helping us too much. Just like you said, you want friends near you, and I get that, Sarah. Don't give up. Keep trying. The best way to start trusting people again is to start trusting people again. You have to make yourself trust people. It's all about leaving yourself vulnerable, guys. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, okay? But use good judgment with the right people. Let's stick with some people we already know we can trust, okay? Sarah from Birmingham, United Kingdom. Hello, Sarah. I saw a therapist today. After explaining to her all about my experience with narcissists, love bombing, discard, trauma bonding, etc., I told the clinic in the very beginning that I would like someone experienced with CPTSD. This doctor had no knowledge of any of this. David, how the hell can anyone with no knowledge pass judgment and diagnose without experiencing the above? When she told me that therapy can't help me, I nearly fell off my chair. Yeah, you guys, for those of you who don't know already, people are having horrible experiences seeking out professional help with this. And it's something we need. It's something you guys can't give up on. There are therapists, counselors, doctors, clinicians, psychotherapists, and all kinds of people that know how to deal with this, okay? It's just, it might be slim, but you can't give up. I understand there's bad experiences everywhere, and there have always been bad experiences with therapists, okay? They exist, and they always will exist. And that's why we have to be careful. And I tell you guys, somewhat interview the person you want to see. And, they may not know about CPTSD, they may not know about narcissists and stuff like this, but they do, most doctors know what emotional abuse is. And most doctors understand what childhood trauma is. And that's what CPTSD, and as you guys are dating emotionally abusive people too, and staying in these relationships longer than we should be, like more than a day, then most chances are we were neglected, and that's childhood trauma, okay? So we need a doctor to help us with childhood trauma. But more than anything, guys, more than anything, realize that you need to heal from your relationship, and that's about talking, okay? Therapists can do this. You just tell them, I need to heal from this relationship. If they tell you, I don't want you to talk about this, say, I'm paying you to listen. Are you going to listen, or I'm going somewhere else? You can start controlling these things a little bit. You don't need to tell the doctor how to do their job, but if they aren't experienced with this stuff, then you say, I need help with this. I need to talk about this until it doesn't bother me anymore. And then they go back to your childhood, hopefully, and talk about some of the things that bother you. And the whole idea, guys, is to heal, feel better from this relationship, heal and feel better from things from your childhood. See the entire picture so it all makes sense to you, so you can start processing these things and putting it back in your memory, you know, while it's quiet and not so emotional anymore. So you can do these things with professionals that don't know what CPTSD is. Okay? All right? So don't give up, guys, please. All right? Thanks. Oh, and you had more here. I have learned far more from watching YouTube videos such as yours than she could possibly grasp. Thank you. And I know. But please, we got to learn, but we have to heal. And the healing part doesn't come just from watching people's videos, okay? We need to talk. We need to make sense of everything and feel better, okay? I've had simple conversations about specific narcissists with doctors and therapists, and they minimize everything. If they don't understand, they minimize everything. It's almost as if there's only 100 narcissists in this world, and there couldn't possibly be one in this country. Or so, you know, there's one in this country, and no, you know, I have therapists say things like, "You've met 2 narcissists in your life? Impossible." It's like, no, it's a pattern. It's more common for most people to never date one and us to keep dating them. You know, it's a pattern. So educate yourself in these things so you can tell your doctor, therapist, stuff like this about these things to help you better. Okay, but don't give up. Okay, don't get frustrated. We all get frustrated right now. That's why you get frustrated with your friends that don't understand and your family that doesn't understand. So, you know, you got a therapist that doesn't understand. Okay, don't give up. Keep trying. Roger from Berkshire, United Kingdom. Hello, Roger. I know they are often comorbid, and I loathe labels generally. I am a clinician in other realms with lots of psych experience, but not a psychotherapist. What about borderline personality disorder? How do they differ in hoovering? Any views on differences, either and why they hoover? So try to realize that borderline personality disorder is so based on emotional response and reaction. Okay, so the hoovering with a borderline is going to be, you know, they're attached. I don't care if they discard you in the middle of the night and take everything and leave all their stuff and, you know, never talk to you for months, and they're with somebody else and they get married. They make these impulsive decisions all the time. Okay, so they are constantly bored. They are constantly uncomfortable. They're constantly hurt and in pain. So they're serial daters because every time they date someone else new, it makes them feel better. Okay, and then it gets boring again. It drops down. They start dating other people. They leave. They go to a new one, and then they're very sentimental people. They listen to songs and they get emotionally triggered by things. And it reminds them of you again, and then they feel their emotions go, oh God, and I have to be with this person, I have to talk to this person, I have to make sure this person's okay, blah, 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 blah. You know? So typically a borderline hoover could continue the next day after they leave, or whatever. After the next day after the relationship is over, the hoovering could start the next day. It could continue, you know, every day for a year. They'll move on to someone else, and when that relationship starts to die down, you know, the pink cloud goes away, then they come back. And that's typically, I always tell people, they typically come back, narcissists and borderlines come back about 6 months to a year and a half. That's typical if it's not right away. But, you know, what's good about it is it usually dies down quick. Everything with borderline comes on quick and dies down quick. It's not like a sociopath, where a sociopath doesn't care about you. They're coming back to destroy you, and it could be for life. Okay, so a borderline, you know, oh God, oh I miss him, oh I want to see him, oh I don't care about him, I hate him. Oh God, I was just thinking about this song reminding me of them. Oh, I miss him, I love him. Oh, how are you? I want to see you. Oh, you aren't responding the way I want you to. Screw you, and then go right back. You know what I mean? It's just the stupid childish games. They can't handle their emotions. Okay, so it's usually pretty quick. Okay, Lou from Europe. Hello, Lou. Hoover came one day after 1 year, no contact. So script, I resisted, didn't react. I was prepared, thanks to you, David. Thank you, Lou. Thanks for sharing that. And there you go. I put that in there right after that question because they're so textbook script. The Hoover came, well, listen, the Hoover came one day after 1 year of no contact. They knew that. They got triggered. You see that? They knew it's been a year. They probably freaked out and tried to get a hold of them, reach out. My guess. Unless they're a nasty narcissist or something, sociopath, and they reached out 1 year later just to ruin their life, just to upset them. But this is what they do. Get ready for the Hoover. Okay? And this one came 1 year later. Nicole from California. Hello, Nicole. Could you talk about the law of attraction when we fall in love and become intimate with a narcissist? The qualities of cheating, lying, and manipulating is not who I am. I think I just kind of did. I didn't mean to do that either. So, you know, the law of attraction when we fall in love and become intimate with a narcissist. Well, try to realize that it's about, a lot of this is about how we do things, how we meet emotional needs. And narcissists don't know how to meet their emotional needs, and they believe they need to through people, through everybody. I need and borderlines do this too. I need people in my life giving me attention, making me try to feel better about myself, who I am, and I want all this verification, I want all this validation all the time. We are people who don't pay attention to our feelings because we were neglected as a child, so we pay attention to everybody else's feelings, and we are people pleasers, and we're trying to make everybody happy, so we're looking for somebody, you know, that's not doing so well, someone that needs a little help, and we're there for them and make them feel better, and then we hope that we feel better, and then we don't. So we keep trying harder and harder and harder. Chemicals and hormones rise and fall in our heads, okay? And if we haven't felt good for most of our lives, and they haven't felt very good in their lives, these hormones and chemicals are a cocktail that is could be dangerous as hell and make us do crazy, weird things and make lifelong decisions within a week. Not good. Hope that helps. Nicole, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Nodak Savage. Okay, so this person, Nodak, N-O-D-A-K Savage, was talking about how they can't block people. He can't block his ex on Facebook because he is blocked. She has him blocked. And I know that Facebook changed something. Now that you can block people that have you blocked still, you can block them now. So it's not just a one-way street. It's a two-way street. You can block them, they can block you, and it's separate. And I know that there's two ways to do it. So if the way that you're used to doing it isn't working, try another way. And I can't really recall exactly how that is. But you can also Google things like this. You can look at the Help Center in Facebook. And there's always videos about everything on YouTube. And anybody else that knows how to do this, please go down there and tell us how to all do it, because we need to. It's a horrible thing to have them in control of the whole blocking thing. So you just keep checking and you're like, yep, I'm still blocked, I'm still blocked, I'm still blocked. And you're just hoping there's a moment where you're not blocked so you can block them. So if someone knows how to do it exactly, tell us. Thank you. FitJax Ella from California. Hello. How long did you wait to get in a relationship again? How was the transition from a narcissist relationship to a new and healthy one? I committed to taking a year for personal growth, and good for you. That's perfect. That's what we need to do. How long did it take me? Well, just to kind of break it down simply, what I did is after the last abusive relationship that I was in, which was like 9 years ago, when that ended, it took me 4 years to discover any answers. In those 4 years, I tried everything to feel better, to get better. I tried, and I mean, everything from as healthy things as you can do, from working hard, fixing my whole life, out of debt, you know. And I tried dating again too in those, you know, pretty soon. And it was horrible. I mean, horrible, horrible, horrible mess. And it can be more damaging. So I realized something was wrong. I mean, I could not find bad girls to date. I mean, it was just constant, one after another. And I knew it right away, and I wouldn't stay at it. It could take a week to a month, and I'd get rid of them. But there was something wrong, and I stopped dating, and I took over 4 years off, almost 5 years. And I decided on purpose to stay single. I even had women ask me out and I wouldn't go out. And then after about a year of no dating and all this, and I mean, I quit drinking, I quit everything and working out and all this. And then I discovered narcissism. And then I decided to go a couple more years not dating. So I went 4 to 5 years. And let me tell you, only because I waited so long was the relationship great. Because if you don't, all kinds of things happen. You're hypervigilant. You think they're a narcissist. You think everyone's a narcissist. And you have to learn why you got in this relationship. You have to learn how to not do this again. There's so much things to learn, so many things to learn. So I did. I learned these things and I healed from everything in my life. I saw the whole picture. Everything started to make sense. I started feeling better. And so it was really nice. Really, really nice. Things like having somebody interested in my life and what I'm doing all the time was amazing. Okay, it was amazing because I'm not used to that. My family was never interested in what I'm doing, and never had a girlfriend interested in what I'm doing. Okay, just what I'm doing for them. Everyone in my life was interested in what I can do for them. So to have somebody in my life that didn't require, demand, expect too much from me, and really was there and supportive and caring and interested, it's just great to share your life with someone like that. It's great, you know. It's just great, and it feels really good. It's really comfortable feeling after a while. It's easy to trust somebody who you know is repetitious and stable and things like this. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you know, when you learn how to do things correctly, everything just starts falling into place. Okay. Thanks for the question, and I'm going to end part 1 right here. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you in part 2. If you could please help me and help others out there by sharing this information, getting it out there. Use the internet, get in, you know, forums, groups, all on your social media, and send this to people who need it. Direct them to this community. Okay, thank you guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you in part 2. Bye.